Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you're all doing well today. We are Derek Jeter days away from opening day. Yankees Astros, as you all know. So, spring training is officially over. There are no games today and tomorrow. So, the Yankees gear up for the Houston trip. So, as you all know, Nestor Cortez is going to be the opening day starter. DJ LeMahieu is starting the season on the IL. So, and there's some question marks as far as, who's going to be starting at third base. There's some injuries going on with the Yankees. So questions about who the final bench pieces are going to be. But I'll pull up the list of players that are probably going to make the roster. I'm glad that some of the players that were named made the roster, rightfully deserved. All right. Real quick, guys, if you haven't yet, please smack that like button. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button. I am 10 subscribers away from 500, so I'm not far off. All right, I'm still on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm only 10 away, but let's go ahead and holler at the chat here. So the chat's on fire this morning. So we got Stephen B. What's going on? No split section. Good morning to you. Roy, how's it going, man? How's it going? Jonathan, always in the building. What's up, Jonathan? Who else we got here? We got FL Diver. What's going on, man? Cold Italian Pizza, one of my favorite YouTube names. What's going on, bro? How you feeling? Uncle Tats from the Pinstripe Chronicles. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. If you're able to jump in, man, let me know. If you want to jump in, you're always welcome, as you know. I feel bad for Oscar Gonzalez as well. Unfortunately, he got hurt. So, we'll see what happens with him. And then Yorbit Vivas was a last-minute scratch yesterday because he had a face contusion during pregame activities. There was no symptoms of a concussion, but, he was still taken to the hospital to get further evaluated. So we'll see what happens with that. But I wanted to pull up this list here from Brian Hogue. And give me 1 second here. Let me get this going. Yeah, DJ O'Neill sucks, but a quick fix would be Torrens plays first, second, and third, also catches, so it could be your emergency cat. Yeah, absolutely. He would be a name to be that they could look at, but I have a feeling they might have Oswald Cabrera start at third base. But we'll see. The Yankees are a little bit thin at third base, so we'll see what they do. But let me pull up. Let me know if you got. Well, let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better. So this is the projected list of names that are going to be on the roster. So, there could be some other changes. Could the Yankees pull off a trade? Let's look at the catchers in particular, right? They have Trevino, Wells, and Rortvedt. I would imagine, I don't know why they're carrying Rortvedt. I mean, I'm wondering if the Yankees are going to DFA him or trade him. He is out of options, so he could potentially be off the roster. He may not be with the Yankees. They could package him in a trade. And then these other names are legit. Cabrera. So the infield is my concern, right? They have Cabrera, Rizzo, Torres, Volpe, but I'm wondering if there are going to be other names. And then let's look at the pitchers too. So you got Beater, Birdie, Cortez, Ferguson, Hill, Gonzalez, Hamilton, Holmes, Loaizaga, Rodon, Schmidt, Stroman, Weaver. How do you all feel about? Let me ask you this question, guys. How do you all feel about Luis Hill being the fifth man in the rotation? Do you all agree with that decision, or do you all feel that it should have been Will Warren? I know some folks feel that it should have been Will Warren, but I know other folks are happy with Luis Hill being the starter, and then I don't mind the decision. I did agree with the decision, but let me know how you all feel about Luis Hill over Will Warren. So I think Luis Hill definitely earned it. I mean, he's looked great this spring, and he's pitched very well. So FL Diver saying I'm good, just worried about the innings. Hill was our best pitcher. Yeah, yeah. So the innings I know is a bit of a concern. I know Matt Blake said that there's not going to be any innings limitations, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, he's looked incredible this spring. I loved how I love how he pitches, how he's pitched, and the movement on his pitches is just insane. He did a really good job. And Uncle Tat says that he didn't mind. He didn't think it was a bad decision either way. Absolutely. What's going on, Brad? Good morning to you, man. Hopefully life is good in Australia. Hill deserves a spot. He won it fair and square. Yeah, absolutely. He did win it fair and square. Absolutely. Yeah, so, Luis Hill is, he's the fifth man in the rotation, whether we accept it or not. And, Sandals, do you give him a look? Yeah, what's called Italian pizza? Jake Boss, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Cold Italian pizza. Hill earned it. Easy delivery, overpowering stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, FL Diver. I felt bad for Dennis Santana as well. I wish he made the team. I thought he was gonna make the cut, but he didn't. But I'm glad that Nick Birdie and Clayton Beater made the team. Those guys deserved it. They certainly deserved a shot. But it'll be interesting to see when Tommy Kahnle comes back, because he's coming back in a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see who the Yankees move once Kahnle comes back. Let's see. A nosebleed section asked this question here: Sandoval is released by Giants. Do we give him a look? I don't know that the Yankees are going to add anybody. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know that the Yankees are going to add anybody. I think the Yankees are going to roll with what they have. They might pick up or trade for a couple of small pieces. It could be an infielder, but we'll see. But but how are you guys feeling about all the moves that the Yankees made? Birdie did. Yeah. How are you guys feeling about all the moves that the Yankees made, as far as all the players that made the cut and the ones that got sent back down to the minors? Do you all agree with those decisions? Let me know in the chat. All right. What's FL Dive? Don't be surprised if Kahnle and Earl get trade. Yeah, I agree. I think I don't think it would be a problem to trade Kahnle. I mean, he only has 1 year left, so if the Yankees were to trade him, it wouldn't be a loss. Loaisiga, man, I've said many times that I do like Jonathan Loaisiga. I'm a big fan of him, but unfortunately, he's very injury prone, and that's been the downfall for him so far, right, in his career. I'm a big fan of Loaisiga, because when he's on his game, he's on his game. He pitches extremely well, and he's a big threat on the mound. But again, injuries have plagued him, unfortunately. Ken, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. How you doing? He's saying Gil earned a spot. I believe that the Yankees are going to be a subtle six. Yeah, could be. I could see them running a 6-man rotation, and I could see them using a guy like Luke Weaver actually over Hamilton. But I could see either one. But I see Luke Weaver more in that role of being used as a 6-man. Stephen B is saying the roster looks good. I wanted Warren, but Hill's won it. Hope Cole's come. Yeah, seriously. That's the big thing right here, right? Stephen B is Cole is the main concern right now, right? We're hoping as far as his injury goes, that it is in fact 3 months, that he is back by June. But I've said many times that when it comes to injuries on the elbow, that you want to be more cautious with it, because when it comes to elbows and pitchers, it's a huge concern, right? That's something you don't want to mess with. And we've seen all the injuries that have gone down this spring training, right? Brian Wu, the starting pitcher from the Seattle Mariners, he's hurt, right? And that was a pitcher that some fans wanted the Yankees to trade for, but he got hurt, so it's a good thing we don't have him. So there's a lot of pitchers across the board that are hurt, and just it's concerning. It's definitely concerning, but we'll see. And love his stuff. Who are you referring to, FL Diver, with this comment? You love his stuff, but his pitches have been so flat. Who are you referring to on this one? Let me know. Let's see. Yeah, Kevin Smith. Yeah, could be. Probably. Yeah, we'll see if he might. He probably will make the roster. Maybe we'll see what the Yankees decide. They do need to make some decisions. I would imagine those decisions are going to happen, by the end of day today, right? They do play the Astros in 2 days, so they can't wait around and make a decision at the very last second. Although they can, been building from within the time. Yeah, for sure. Beater making the team is a good thing. Yeah, seriously, I like the fact that Beater made the team. I was hoping he made the team. I think he deserves a spot. He's definitely more of a bullpen guy than he is a starter. So there is that. Loisac has a nasty arsenal. Just exactly cold Italian pizza. Just like what I was saying. The injuries got to the best of him. And unfortunately, it's hurt his career quite a bit. And I was hoping he would have been our future closer, but injuries have plagued him, and it's a huge concern. The question is what's causing nerve. I don't know. You would have to ask the doctors on that, man. I'm no doctor, unfortunately. Terry Edwards, get Monty, Yankees. So, guys, there was a report. And I don't know how true it is, right? Take it with a grain of salt. It's, reported by John Heyman. So we all know how we feel about him. That the Yankees and Mets are still interested. Apparently there was a report saying that the Yankees were offering like $80 million for 4 years, which would put them at $20 million. Is that something that you all would do? Are you okay with that kind of deal? If those reports are true, right? Could they, could Montgomery accept a deal like that? I don't see him accepting $20 million. I could see him potentially accepting $25 million if I had to guess. Terry is saying yes. Was referring to John Lewis. Yeah, his pitcher. Yeah, this spring training he has not looked good. But I don't know. I don't know if something's up with him. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Jonathan saying Beater could be a Mike. Yeah, he could be a Michael King like pitcher. I would agree with that. So can Ian Hamilton. So can Loisac was mentioned as far as a Michael King type of pitcher too, where he can come in, pitch 2 or 3 innings. But I'd rather have Clayton Beater just based on spring training performance, right? If the Yankees are looking for a quick Elvis Andrus was released. Yeah, I did see that, Ken. That was one name that I was intrigued by. The Yankees can pick him up. Absolutely. Elvis Andrus, that's one name that I was also looking into as well, that I was like, the Yankees can use him for sure. And then, the other name was, Solano. That was another name that's been mentioned too by some of the content creators. Was sent to. This is true. Yeah, he did. Yeah, this is true. He was sent back to AAA. That's right. So he didn't make the roster. But Elvis Andrus, though, that could be a piece that the Yankees add as far as infield depth goes. I wouldn't mind seeing him. Absolutely. We'll get there. Jake Boss is saying, like our roster, the guys sent down will get their chances this season. Yeah, they will at some point, right? I know, again, going back to Will Warren, I know a lot of fans were not happy about Will Warren being sent back down. but he is going to get called up at some point during the season. That was said by Matt Blake. So I didn't think he was going to make the cut. Honestly, I thought maybe he was going to just because of the injury to Cole, but Hill has he did a better job than Warren. I mean, both of them did very well this spring. As I said, they did very well this spring. It was a tough choice, but I can't blame the Yankees for picking Luis Hill over Will Warren. So, some people may feel differently about that, but I am okay with this decision. And if my reference, Cole's nerve irritation was because reports said he has an ulnar nerve. If that requires surgery, yeah, and that is a huge concern. That is a huge concern. And look, the way I see it with Garrett Cole, I mean, if he does truly need surgery, if he's not going to be able to pitch, which I'm hoping that's not the case. All right. I'd rather get that surgery done now rather than later, right? Because I don't want it to be later on in the season where if he does make a comeback, but then there's a delay in where he has to go back on the IL because his elbow's hurt. I don't want that to make it worse for him, right? Yeah, he's a versatile player, Ken. Absolutely. I wouldn't mind having Elvis Andrus, but it's a matter of, if the Yankees are looking to add somebody like him or any player for that matter. Warren will be the first pitcher called up. He'll definitely earned it. Exactly. He has great potential. Warren will take Nasty Nestor's spot. Ken, I 100% agree with that. That comment gets a star. I 100% agree with that. I could see Will Warren taking over Nestor Cortez's spot. In a heartbeat, man. I think, and it could happen, especially if Nestor does not pitch well. I'm hoping he does pitch well. I'm hoping opening day he shuts down the Astros, but we'll see. He's my big question mark in the starting rotation because of his shoulder. So is he going to be able to pitch more than 5 innings, right? Because in Cole's absence, this starting rotation, they have to do what they can, right? They got to go over 5 innings. They got to come out strong, these guys, right? But we'll see what happens. FL Divers saying the good news is that even that's yep, definitely. I like Warren, but he's not on the 40-man roster. Well, I mean, he could have made the cut. It was a toss up between him and Hill as far as making a roster. Yeah, no Monty yet, dude. I mean, and I don't know. I still don't know if the Yankees get Monty. I really don't. I mean, unless they pull off some sort of miracle, which, I mean, the Yankees have pulled off surprise trades before or surprise signings before that none of us really expected, but, we'll see, right? Warren deserves a look. He can give innings. Yeah. But, again, Hill outperformed him. Hill was the better pitcher, right? Again, I'm not taking anything away from Will Warren, but Hill was the better pitcher this spring, and he showed it. The movement on his ball was just incredible. What's Jonathan saying here? Reporting that, but just by. Yep, he could. But yeah, guys, real quick, if you haven't yet, please smack that like button. If this is your first time tuning in, hit that subscribe button. Share this out with anyone you know. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm 10 subscribers away, actually, from 500. I'm sitting right at 490. So, I'm hoping to get there by opening day. That would be amazing. But again, yeah, if you all can help me get there, if this is your first time tuning in, I would greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me because I love doing this stuff. I love doing the live streams, interacting with all of you guys, and putting out the videos, putting out the shorts, getting your guys' thoughts and opinions. This is a fun part of my day. So thank you all for your support. Whatever, dude. I'm not taking anything away from Hill. It was referring to. Yeah. No, okay. I got you, FL Diver. I got you. Okay. Yeah. Look, I think with Nestor, I think he does deserve another chance. I know 2023 was not the Nestor that we know. It was not a great year for him. However, hopefully he can prove us all wrong, right? He can, I'm confident that he'll do well. This spring he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. I mean, he had some good looks, but again, he's the biggest question mark for me. That kid that started, yeah, you're talking about Cerna. Yeah, he looked good, Ken. He looked good. Um, yeah, Cerna looked good, but yeah, he got lit up in the fourth inning. Yeah, listen to Uncle Tats here. You don't want to piss off Uncle Tats. Don't get on his bad side. You won't like him. Barreled up all spring. Yeah. So yeah, again, FL Diver. He's my biggest question mark. He is a big question mark. And ever lays down, I'll jump on. Yeah, no doubt, man. Got to take care of that puppy, man. The puppy's a priority. So you do what you got to do. Yankees need to do full Monty, but I'm good with the staff for now. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, how are you feeling about the staff right now? Overall, like how do you feel about this team right now? Right. I know we all know that, Cole's going to be out for a little bit. DJ LeMahieu, he's not going to be on the opening. He's not going to be playing opening day. He may not even play at the home opener for the Yankees. So, he's also hurt too. But, how are you guys feeling though heading into the season? I mean, again, we're 2 days out. Season's here. It's here. Could see Cerna. Yeah, possibly, depending on how things play out, it's entirely possible. You love the kids, Diver. She's all over the house. FL Diver. I love the kids. Yeah, for sure, man. So she'll be too big for a lapdog diver. But yeah, so who are you guys most excited to see? Let me ask that question. As far as like the bats go, who are you most excited to see? I know Juan Soto is the obvious choice. I mean, he's looked like a stud this spring. Any other names on that in the lineup that you are excited to see? How do you all feel about Rizzo, Volpe, Giancarlo Stanton? How do you all feel about Verdugo? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, the future does look incredible. I'm excited to see what the future has to offer, man. The Yankees have a lot of young talent, man. I'm excited for this talent. I know they're not going to be able to make the Yankees roster, and not all of them are going to play for the Yankees. Some of these guys are going to get traded. They might get DFA'd. So, but there's a lot of names that I'm intrigued by for sure. What's up, Sunil? Good morning to you, sir. Jason Dominguez, when he returns in July. Yeah, I would love to see Jason Dominguez back for sure. You want to see if that's my guy right there too, FL Diver. I want to see if Giancarlo Stanton turns it around, because he's this is like a do or die for him. He's got to come out with a bang, right? And he hit 3 home runs in that one spring training game, which was awesome to see, right? Even though, yes, I know it's spring training, but it was still good to see him swing that bat. What's Ken saying here? He's saying that rotations can give up some runs, but with the lineup, we should be able to hit. Yeah, I mean, the lineup looks so much better this year than it did last year. 2023 was a disaster of a lineup. I mean, I don't need to mention I'm going to mention the names, right? You had the Aaron Hicks and the Josh Donaldson. You had the who I refer to as the Fantastic Four of Willie Calhoun, Frenchie Cordero, Billy McKinney, and Jake Bowers. I mean, that was like not a dependable lineup, and it was very righty heavy, where they don't have that, where it's not so righty heavy now. It's a little bit better balanced out. So the bats are going to have to come through. Absolutely. You're saying Judge, Soto, Stanton, Wells? Yep, for sure. I'm looking forward to those guys. For a while, Ken. This rotation will have the run support this year. Yeah, Uncle Tats, absolutely. Do you guys feel? Do you guys with the lineup? Do you guys see a big difference in how those bats are swung under the new hitting coach? Do you guys see a difference between the bats now than where it was last year? Because I'm seeing it personally. I think these guys are hitting better. Yeah, FL Diver. No, absolutely. I agree. You know, he got to. I already did mention your favorite player there, bro. So Jonathan is saying that the players at the plate they're a lot more patient. Yeah, I would say so. You know, they're not just swinging at every pitch. Oh, my man, Richie, what's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? I got to tune into your show for a little bit there yesterday, man. You guys are rocking out always. Guys, if you have not subscribed to Empire State of Baseball, what are you doing? Go subscribe to these guys. They do good work over there. Their channel is steadily growing. You know, give these guys your support. You know, we all try to like support each other with, you know, with our channels. You know, all of us content creators, man. I love this community because we're all, you know, just a big, you know, we're all just supporters of each other. So it's great, you know. So make sure you guys subscribe to Empire State of Baseball. And Richie, drop the link if you want, man. Drop the link if you want. All right. And same thing with Uncle Tats and the Pinstripe Chronicles. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? These guys just broke 600 and they're on the road to 700. They're doing some big things over there. So make sure you guys go check out Uncle Tats and his team. They do great work over there. So through spring training, noticed a lot of less strikeouts, not falling for the sliders. Yeah, absolutely. I like it. Dylan Lawson's approach was resembling a Cobra Kai approach. Strike first, strike hard. Yeah. You and your Cobra Kai. But the bats have been, you know, they've been looking a lot better. You know, I do like what James Rosen has done with these bats. So, you know, from what I've seen, yeah, always, man, always. You know it, Richie. You know it, Richie. You're a good dude, bro. And I still remember the show that you, myself, and Tats did on a couple of weeks ago. That was a fun time, man. So Richie's legit, you guys. Richie's legit. So, and I just wanted to post this. What's up, Dev? How you doing? Welcome. So let me ask this question about Giancarlo Stanton. You know, is he exactly no competition, just camaraderie? Exactly. Yeah, I called him Garcia. He didn't unsubscribe. He forgave me. So I know not to make that mistake ever again. Yeah. So with DJ out, what do you think? Cold Italian pizza. What do you think happens? Who starts at third base? Let me know in the chat who starts at third base. Frank, I saw you sneaking there. What's up, Frank? How you doing? I just hope. Yeah. Well, hopefully Peraza's back. Peraza needs to heal up. I wish it was him starting at third base, but unfortunately he's hurt. So there we go. Stephen B is saying Cabrera at third base. That's who I'm thinking too. I mean, it makes the most sense, right? That's a good question. So this was a debate, right? Who leads off? Some fans are saying Volpe. Some fans are saying Gleyber Torres. Some fans are saying Verdugo. What do you all think? Who should be leading off? Who is going to be the leadoff guy? with DJ's absence. Ken, yeah, oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. FL Diver saying Verdugo. Stephen B is saying Verdugo. Ken is saying Gleyber Torres. All right. Nosebleed section is saying Torres should lead off. He's done it before. Yeah, he has. He has. Frank Rivera saying Verdugo. Okay, so we're getting some Verdugo votes. Ken brought up Andrews in the chat earlier. That had me curious. Yeah. Why did it make you curious, man? Let me know. I friended him on Facebook and was trying to ask him the same. Are you the I'm here to butcher names. Just kidding. People butcher my name all the time, but that's all right. I guess it's going to be Torres since he's getting the most chances. It should really be Verdugo, but I hope Volpe assumes that role at some point this season. Yeah, I mean, look, I know a lot of people brought up Volpe being the leadoff guy. I want to hold off on him just because there needs to be consistency, right, as far as his bat goes. Hopefully we see that consistency this season. And then just my opinion, I feel like, Volpe could be a leadoff guy in 2025. Not sure about 2024, but you never know. Things could change. And Sunil saying Volpe leadoff provided he has a good eye. Yeah. Dominguez when he gets back. Torres and Verdugo depending on who's starting. True. Yeah, because if you got right-handed pitchers, you want Verdugo. If you got left-handed pitchers, you want Torres. Nosebleed section saying if Verdugo leads off, then Soto and Judge need to be swapped to keep the righty-lefty thing going. Oh yeah. Gotta have that balance. Balance is important in the lineup. Absolutely. Ken is saying Torres has been the Yankees' best hitter for the team in the past few. Yeah, I mean, as much as we criticize Gleyber Torres, I mean, he has been one of the better bats on this roster, right? It's a complicated situation with Gleyber, right? Because his bat has been great. His defense is questionable at times. I don't know that I doubt that the Yankees are going to sign him back after the season. I don't think that, I don't see the Yankees paying him between 20 to 25 million. And I hate to see him go, but I'll be sad if he does go. But you all let me know what you think. Sunil is saying Volpe may have been working on his bunting skills with Rosen this offseason. At least I hope. Yeah. They do. They need to do more bunting, right? So, bunting is part of the fundamentals of baseball. So, and if Volpe shows he can get on base regularly, then later on he can. Yeah, maybe later on he can move to later on in the season. But again, that there needs to be consistency. Just the only thing I'll say about Volpe and the rest of this lineup is stop shuffling the freaking lineup so much. I understand if like injuries occur, then you have to shuffle it around and players get moved around, but there needs to be consistency with this lineup. So hopefully we see some of that consistency, and there needs to be that consistency. So I agree, Uncle Tats. I think this is going to be his last lap with the Yankees. Hopefully he goes out with a bang, right? Hopefully he impresses, and what team is going to pick him up. So what team's going to pick him up. We're going to be called Bronx Bunting. Yeah, I don't want to be the Bronx Bunters. I don't want that. Frank Rivera, agreed. Lineup needs stability. Yeah. Soto is going to screw the Yankees next season. Why do you think that, Ken? Why do you think that? Let me know. I'm just curious. FL Diver saying Tats mixed feelings because this is a walk year. He's going to be fired. Yeah, and he has to be fired this season, especially if he's trying to impress. He's going to be a free agent, so teams are going to be looking at him and his performance. So he does need to impress. This is his year. It needs to be his year, right? The one guy that I really want to see, that I've been excited to watch play this spring, and I hope he does continue that streak of hitting and playing well, is Austin Wells, you guys. Tell me how you all feel about Austin Wells. I think he's going to have a big year this year, and he has shown this spring training that he has earned his spot. And I've been calling for Austin Wells over Jose Trevino. And it's nothing against Trevino. I like Trevino, but I think Austin Wells has proven himself. And Ken is saying he is a Boras client. He won't sign early, so most of the quality free agents will be gone by the time his deal is done. Yeah, look, he's going to test the free agent market, no doubt. He is a Boras client, and most Boras clients, they do test the free agent market. But maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but I think the Yankees are going to sign him back. I don't think the Yankees are just going to let him walk. They didn't just trade for Juan Soto just to trade for Juan Soto. They've been trying to go after Juan Soto since the 2022 trade deadline. They almost got him. I don't want to say almost got him, but they made an offer to the Nationals to trade for him. But the Nationals said no. They didn't like what the Yankees offered. He was then traded to San Diego. So they tried to get Soto again at the 2023 deadline. It didn't happen. Then they still were after him in the offseason, and they did get him. They eventually traded for him. They got him and Trent Grisham. They gave a bunch of pitching for him. But again, they needed a guy like Juan Soto. And I don't think they're just going to let him walk. I just don't see it happening. You don't just trade for a guy like that and just give up a package and then just let him walk. That's just me, though. All right, let me know how you feel, but that's my thought on it. Everyday catcher, no doubt. Yeah. I don't think he's going to suck this year at all, but they have options next year where we don't. Yeah, exactly. They have a lot of infield options there, Tats. Facts. It's shake and bake. Since Soto, Torres, and Verdugo are in walk years, expect monster years. Glaber maybe Hart a little more, not have. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Ken, the Yankees will not sign any free with a QO. Got this far. Uncle Tats should have been in Miami. Yeah, I mean, he should have been traded to the Marlins. He was always traded. He was almost traded to the Marlins, but then when Marlins had asked for Peraza and Cashman said no, and then the deal was dead. So, but the Yankees won't be spending any cash until the deal is done. Oh, so you're saying they'll sign Soto first, then spend money on other players? I just want to make sure I'm understanding you. Oh, yeah. I can't wait for that battle. Battle of the billionaires. Yeah, I can't wait for that. But yeah, I'm excited for Juan Soto, man. Cool. Copy, Ken. I got you. All right. I got you. Yeah. I mean, Soto is going to be a main priority this offseason or next offseason, right? The Yankees are going to, do everything they can to sign him back. Hopefully his time with the Yankees is going to be a positive one. I think he's going to enjoy his time, especially in the Bronx, playing in front of Yankee Stadium, playing in front of the Dominican community. Like the Bronx is going to go wild. The Yankee Stadium is going to go crazy. And wait till he hears the roll call when his name gets called. So, I mean, that's going to be something for him. And he was definitely born for the pinstripes. I mean, he was meant to play in New York, man. Juan Soto, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, he's going to do extremely well. Contract will be in the ballpark of 14 years, $500 million. Yeah, you know what, man? I could be. So 500 over 14. Let's see. Let me do some math here. Puts him at 35 million. I don't know. He's probably going to command a lot more money than that. I think Soto is going to get an AAV of between like 45 to 50. So I could see my prediction, right? And I could, and again, I could be wrong on this. My prediction for Soto is going to be 600 million for 12 years, which would put him at 50 million AAV. That's what I think. So you all let me know what you think, though. But I see 600 million for 12. What's Sunil saying? Soto's contract, in my honest opinion, will be no less than 50 million. Yeah. So 750 million for 15. That is some. Whoo. I don't know. I could see 600, but 750 could be, because you know Scott Boras is that he's going to ask for 700 from the Yankees. You know he will, not for just from the Yankees, from other teams too. Just because you saw what Ohtani got, and I know Ohtani's contract, a lot of that money is deferred, so you have to look at the present day value of that. But Boras will definitely ask for that kind of money, though. He'll try. He'll try. And I want to see if there are any moves that went down today. If there was any moves that the Yankees did. Doesn't look like it, but I'm just curious to see what moves the Yankees make in these next couple of days. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I get that he's a two-way player, but in all honesty, I don't know. I didn't expect him to get that $700 million contract. Hector from the Morning Brew Sports Network, what is good, my brother? How you doing, sir? How you doing? Hey, Hector, I did put the link in the group chat with all you guys. So if you wanted to jump on, if you have time, let me know, guys. If you haven't subscribed to Morning Brew Sports Network, make sure you do. They're almost at 4,000 subscribers. If you guys are also fans of basketball, football, be sure to tune into those guys. They do great work. All good, man. Got to take care of that laundry. Got to keep those clothes smelling good. Can't walk around being stinky. So cool. So Hector, you doing a show later today? Let me know. I'll try and jump on it if I can. Yeah. Cool. So he's doing a show. Cool. Yeah, I'll try and tune in, bro. Tonight at 9 p.m. Okay. I got you. All right, bro. Make sure you guys tune in, right? If you guys are able to. Jigga. What's up, Jigga? How you doing, bro? Hopefully you're doing well. Yo, Jigga, if you have time, you can jump on if you want. Open panel tonight. All right. Cool. So open panel on Hector's show. So make sure you guys tune in. Hector and his team, guys. Let me tell you something. Hector and his team, they do an amazing job over there. They do great work, and just make sure you guys tune in. I mean, you guys will not. You guys, it's always a good time there, right? It's always a good time there. Uncle Grandpa Tats. That's a funny name. About that ever. Yep. Man, love the guys. Real quick, if you haven't yet, please smack that like button. If you're new to this channel, if you're tuning in, please subscribe to my channel. I'm only 10 away from 500, so I would love to get there in 2 days. And Hector, Jigga, let me know how you're all feeling about all the moves that the Yankees made, as far as who's made the cut, who they sent back down to the minors. How are you guys feeling about all of that? Like, let me know. How do you guys feel about Luis Hill over Will Warren? Yeah, Ken, I did see that this morning. Sad. I'm sorry for yeah, I'm sorry for what happened there. It's sad. I mean, there definitely needs to be an investigation done. I don't know how that could happen. It's sad. It's scary. I'm a little concerned about. I'm not a little concerned, but I'm very concerned about what happened there. But yeah, become a three-way player now. We're gonna get to the Ohtani thing here, since I'll probably be closing it out here soon. We'll talk about the whole Ohtani thing. There was a conference yesterday. Yeah, exactly, Hector. That's so sad. Rest in peace to the souls that passed, and rest in peace to a lot of lives. Right? It's been rough. It's been rough. But yeah, how do you all feel about Jordan Montgomery? As I said earlier, I think Jordan Montgomery does not sign with the Yankees. I don't know where he goes, honestly, but the Ohtani gaslighting session, yeah. But where do you think Montgomery signs? And do you think he signs today or tomorrow? Is that a possibility? Do you think he might be close to signing, and we just don't know it? We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but could he get a deal done today or tomorrow? You like Hill as a fifth starter? Agreed, Sean Browning. How you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing well. How many? No. Yeah. Well, we could have that conversation on a different time, man. But yeah. Again, to the lives lost, man. I my thoughts are with them, and hopefully they figure out why that happened and how. And I don't want to say how it happened, but why it happened. But we'll see. Doing pretty good there, Sean. Doing pretty good, man. Just doing my live stream, just interacting with all you guys and having a lot of fun doing this type of stuff. But just trying to see if there are any Yankees news, but I'm not seeing anything. So Ken is saying Dodgers or to the Astros as far as Montgomery goes. I mean, the Astros are in shambles right now when it comes to their starting rotation, and so are the Dodgers. Their starting rotation is bad for sure. And Stephen B is saying, I think Monty signing when a major pitcher gets hurt and has no depth. I think in 2 weeks he signs. Yeah, could be. Hill as a fifth starting pitcher brings back memories of 2017 Severino coming back from a lesser severity of injury then. Yeah, for sure. But let's talk about Shohei Ohtani, shall we? So, as you all know, there was a report that came out about money that was being wired out of Ohtani's account. Was $4.5 million, and the initial report from his former translator was that Ohtani didn't know. Right, his interpreter had a gambling addiction. He was betting on games, and he's saying that Ohtani didn't know, and then he said Ohtani did know, and then Ohtani didn't know. Ohtani was helping him pay off the debt. I don't know. The stories don't add up. And then Ohtani yesterday was saying that was trying to basically scapegoat him and say that he's innocent in all of this. I think he was there, Sean Browning. I think he was really trying to plead his innocence. But I don't know. I know an investigation still needs to get done, but I do not think that he's innocent in any of this. Well, if he got caught for gambling, I think he needs to be banned there, Lou. That's what I think. And Ken, it was a good start. He pitched well, but I don't know that any Major League Baseball team is going to sign him. I really don't. Montgomery presents a problem. He won't be. Yeah. Yeah, he probably won't be ready. I mean, unless he's been working, off the field. We'll see. Ohtani knew any. There's no freaking way. Nothing of these transfer came. Yeah, seriously. So, guys, look, $4.5 million. That's a lot of money, right? I mean, that's money that I know I have never seen before, right? But if I see $100 in my account go missing, I'm going to notice it. You can't tell me that you don't notice. You didn't know that $4.5 million was missing out of your account. Like, there's just no way. And guys, hold up. I got somebody backstage. I'm going to add them. Let me know you're ready, man. Give me a thumbs up. You can hear me? Cool. Let's see. Where are you at? There he is, my man.
And the female brother. What's going on?
Bro? How you feeling?
Good, brother. Get ready for the season, man. Can't wait.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
I had a few minutes, so I seen the invite. I'm like, absolutely. Let me rock out with NFE for a little bit, man.
My man, thank you so much, man. Dude. You always give solid takes. If you guys don't know Damien, get to know Damien, man, because Damien's that guy. He's that guy.
Good morning, chat. Hope everybody's. I was telling everybody good morning in the chat. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. I'm sure FL Diver's in the house. I'm sure Medina hopefully is in there. But everybody that's in there, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well.
There you go. How's life over there, man? Florida's good?
Florida's good, man. We're getting ready for opening day. So I'm getting off work early. Obviously, joining Hector on the pregame. Yeah. So we're getting ready, man. We're getting ready. New York is ready, man. So here we go.
You know it. Yeah. That we'll start. Good morning, bro. And Brad says, Mr. Hollywood, Damien.
I appreciate it. It.
So let me ask you this, man. How are you feeling about this team overall with all the moves that they made? Who, as far as the players that made the cut,
I'm super excited about Luis Hill. A lot of things that people don't realize is that Luis was actually ready at the end of last season. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people speculated, well, he's coming back from Tommy John. Are they going to give him the 5th starter role, so on and so forth? But he was ready. He was taken in Tampa last season. At the end of the season, he was at the complex throwing innings already. Mm-hmm. So coming into this season, he's already 2 years recovered from the Tommy John. This guy is ready. He's primed for a big season. And at the end of the season, nobody be shocked that this kid is already our 3rd best starter on the team. So I'm so hyped about Luis Bird. The dirty birdie. He made the cut, which I'm really excited for. Clayton Beater, another one, which I can see the Yankees piggybacking Luis Hill and Clayton Beater together on those 2 starts. Mm-hmm. Maybe Luis going 5 innings and then throw in Beater for another 2 innings and then let the rest of the bullpen clean it up. So which I think the Yankees, have something towards up their sleeve about doing something like that. But offense is primed for a huge season. Obviously, Soto coming into the woodworks is huge. Rizzo being 100% healthy as far as the concussion, that's big. Mm-hmm. I don't think the lat's going to be too much of an issue. And, the one player that I think is going to make the biggest impact on this team that nobody's really talking about is Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres is set to have a monster season. He's going to have a career year. And, it sucks because I'm so 50-50 on whether Gleyber should re-sign. The Yankees should re-sign him or let him go. It hurts. It hurts to see Gleyber. It hurt to see Gleyber go to another team and fulfill his career the way he should have in New York. The Yankees really set him back by putting him at shortstop. And I think for 2 years, that really set his career back. So I think if the Yankees never did that, then Gleyber would have been the Gleyber we see now 2 years ago.
Copy.
So, yeah. Copy. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I don't know, I'm not sure when you tuned in, but I mentioned Gleyber Torres, and it's kind of this, man, I hate to see him go, but I don't see the Yankees re-signing him back.
I don't know.
His defensive game is a little bit questionable. Sometimes his lack of hustle is questionable. but his bat has always been consistent. And even last season with the disastrous season that the Yankees had, I mean, he was the only other consistent bat outside.
Yeah, he was the one consistent. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He was the one guy that you could always lean on. Whether you put him at leadoff, whether you had him batting third, you had him batting sixth, they had Gleyber everywhere last year. And no matter where they put him, he produced. No matter where they put him. So
yeah, he played well. He played extremely well. I like Gleyber Torres, man. I really do. But I don't see the Yankees signing him back. I mean, he's probably going to command like 20 to 25 million. Wherever he goes, whatever team he plays for, I don't even care if it's a rival. I'll be rooting for him as a person, like as a player, as a person, because I do like Gleyber Torres.
Yeah,
but they have an influx of infielders, man. So
I know it's tough. It's tough.
It is.
I think it's all about. I think it's all about what Jordan Rivas does in the minors this season. If he shines and continues to do what he's shown to do in spring training, then I think he's gonna end up taking over at second base as a New York Yankee. If he doesn't, then there's a long shot that Gleyber gets re-signed. Initially I would have said to myself Peraza would have taken that spot, but the way the Yankees have treated Peraza, and honestly, he hasn't done himself any justice. When he has played, he looked really good towards the end of last season, and then coming into this season, he had a really slow start in spring training. Then obviously the injury, so he's never really gotten his footing under him. And and Boone hasn't done him any justice either. Boone should have had this kid playing consistently while he was up, and that's the one thing that drove me crazy about Boone, because he had an interview not too long ago saying that the one thing about Peraza, he hasn't had consistency as far as at bats. And I'm like, Booney, that's in your hands. What do you do? What do you mean? You're totally contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough, but I really wish Peraza somehow gets a shot doing something with the Yankees. I don't see it happening, but with injuries, as we all know, they occur, especially on this team, unfortunately. He may get a shot. We'll see.
Yeah, man. And talk about luck, right? With Peraza, DJ's out, as you know.
Exactly.
Vivas, he had a face contusion. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's tough.
I'm like, yo, what? Jeez, okay. And, obviously injuries, unfortunately, they're part of the game. But as far as Peraza, man, it was like this would have been the perfect opportunity for him to start third base with DJ being hurt. But he's out,
Yeah,
so now this is the question: who plays third base? Who's gonna play third base? Who's gonna lead off?
It's gonna be Oswaldo. Oswaldo's probably gonna man third.
Yep.
And Oswaldo has something to prove too. He's looked better towards the end of spring training, but he's got a lot to prove. I think he has it in him. But he's got to put it together. Again, something that the Yankees did last season, they wanted to mess with his swing instead of just building on what he already did the season prior. Like, just keep it simple. For whatever reason, the Yankees have an issue keeping things simple. They always want to change things. And obviously they get home run happy. So hopefully with the addition of James Rosen, that gets Cabrera grounded again, going back to the basics. As we all know, when things fall apart, one thing we always got to do is go back to the basics.
Basics and fundamentals, man. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Whether it's the fight game, whether it's baseball, it doesn't matter. You always go back to the basics. We all know this.
My man knows. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I can relate.
Absolutely. So you always got to go back to the basics, and hopefully Cabrera can get back to the basics. We know his glove is good. We know he can play anywhere on that field, whether it's outfield, infield. But now he's got to show his bat, and he showed a little bit of glimpses as far as that. So we'll see what happens there. And leadoff, it's got to be either Verdugo or I'd say Gleyber at this point.
Yeah.
It's going to be matchups though. It's going to be matchup based. So I think obviously righties Verdugo and lefties Gleyber. Which in those situations, at that point, we're going to be switching Judge and Soto. Some days Soto's going to hit second. Some days Judge is going to hit second. Yeah. And vice versa. So.
Copy. Yeah. I just hope with that lineup, Boone doesn't shuffle things around a lot.
I know.
That's because that's a problem. But I mean, last year he had no choice because he was given a garbage roster. So it's like, all right, well, let's try and make this work. But I wanted to ask this question from Lou. He asked this question a little bit ago while we were talking. He was saying, can any of those infielders replace his bat? And he's talking about replacing Glaber's bat.
Glaber. Vivas is the one guy. Yeah. Arias is very far away. He's coming, but he's probably got another he's got like another 2 or 3 years. Peraza, he can if they give him an opportunity. Because we all know what Hal said. Hal said at a certain point it was going to be Volpe and Peraza up the middle. Mm-hmm. And you know how you put your foot in your mouth there because we expected it now, and we haven't received that. So here we go. We'll see. But we have an influx of infielders all throughout the system. Jared Cerna, another kid that kid another year, 2 years, Jared Cerna is going to be the real deal. We have a lot of infielders that can take Glaber's spot obviously at a very cost efficient value. Mm-hmm. But we're going to need it because the Yankees are going to look to save money because of Soto. That deal is going to be massive, and the Yankees are going to need the Yankees are going to need the youngsters to really step up in order to lock down Soto. It has to happen. So.
Oh, for sure. Soto is going to be he's going to be the top priority this offseason. Oh, yeah. I see Ken's comment here. He's saying that the last 6 games, Cabrera's come to life. And those last 6 games, he's looked great, which I'm happy to see. I want the guy to do well. Like I really
so do I.
I think we all
I was so high on him when he first came in the league. I was extremely high on Cabrera. Last year, like I said, they tinkered with his swing so much, and he had a million different voices in his ear. And, I could relate because it's like being in training. If I got my trainer telling me one thing, and then I have my other co-trainers telling me a different thing, whether it's, throwing the hook at a certain time, throwing the jab at a certain time, whatever my footing, the spacing, whatever the case may be, when you have all those ears, then, it's paralysis by analysis. You're getting paralyzed with all the over informing people, and which is what Judge talked about towards the end of the season. They weren't giving them the proper numbers. They weren't relaying the proper information. And again, it was paralysis by analysis. Way too much info. And for a young guy like Cabrera, who's not a veteran, that's detrimental to him. So I think that's what happened to him, man. I really do. So hopefully they keep it really basic with him this year, and he shines. Let's see.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that that was something that like you mentioned, Judge talked about in the last game of the season. You can tell that he didn't. He said the Yankees have all the tools to succeed. They're a successful organization. It's just a matter of how they use those tools. And he's saying those tools were not utilized the way they weren't being utilized. And he did bring up about the analytics. So, analytics is here to stay, but it's just a matter of how it gets utilized. There's a time and place for it. We still need to put eyes on the game.
Absolutely.
Right? So, but too much information it could be overwhelming, especially for the young guys,
that's detrimental to them, man. They need to keep it as basic as possible with those guys. At this stage of the game, they have to be as basic as they possibly can. So, and they kind of ruined Cabrera last season. So, but like you said in the chat, these last 6 games, he's done very well, and hopefully he can carry that into the season.
Oh, 100%. And I think that press conference that Judge had last month, he looked a lot happier. It seems like he was, his voice was heard, and the Yankees listened to him. And it looks like there has been changes within. With the team, with the front office on how they approach things. So hopefully that does translate into the regular season. Because, the fact that Hal was in a room with him and said, hey, let me know what's up. That was good on Hal, right? Because you want to listen to the captain of your team. He didn't just sign a 9-year contract just to sign a 9-year contract. He wants to win a championship. He wanted to stay with the Yankees. He was offered more money. Right, he could have left.
Absolutely, he could have left,
but he didn't.
Could have made another $40-50 million with the Padres. I think Judge. A lot of people need to start really giving. Obviously we give Judge his credit for being an amazing baseball player, but we got to start giving Judgy credit as being a captain, because there was one thing he also said was that the best players need to play. And now we're seeing the Yankees allowing the best players to play. The Luis Hills, a lot of people had Warren coming in. No, Luis Hill outpitched Warren. As good as Will Warren was, he outpitched him. Luis Hill's on the team. Birdie, again, somebody who came, who was a non-invitee, got a shot. So I think a lot of this has to do with Judge. I think a lot of it, Judge is in house again. Like, listen, man, the best players need to play. Whether they have a 9-year, $360 million contract, or they're making $750,000 a year, the best players got to play. So I think he's having an effect on that with how this past off season.
Yeah. I mean, look, with all the moves that the Yankees made as far as the players that made the cut and the ones that got sent back down to the minors, the Yankees made every correct decision. I feel like they've made every quick decision. Or correct decision. The only one that I was hoping would make it, I'm glad Birdie made it. I'm glad Beater made it. I wanted to see Dennis Santana. I really wanted to see him, but I understand why the Yankees sent him back, because they have better options. I'm glad they sent back down Nick Ramirez and Ron Marinaccio.
Oh, yes. Thank God.
Thank God, yes.
I just did not want to see Marinaccio on this team. I can't do it. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what fell apart. Man, Rob with that changeup, a couple seasons ago was just dirty. It was nasty.
Yeah,
and now
and I like Marinaccio. You know what I mean? So, it's unfortunate, man. But it is what it is. I'm just glad that he didn't make the cut and he's back at the minors. Hopefully, he can fix himself down there. So
I'm hoping that the Yankees can package him with Roidvet and get a trade. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that's the case, because Roidvet obviously is out of options. So the Yankees are going to want to move him. Who's the last piece of that terrible trade? Jesus. Who would have thought Ben Roidvet was going to be the last man standing out of that trade? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Man.
God, yeah. I know.
They have an opportunity to trade him. So go right ahead, package Marinaccio with him, and best wishes to him. I hope he has a great career, but not in New York. So.
Yeah, no doubt. And like I said, I like Marinaccio, but I don't know if his time in New York is going to be. Maybe it's short. Maybe we'll see what the Yankees do. But Wardfed, I would imagine he has to get traded.
Yeah, yes.
He has to get traded. Why would I don't know why the Yankees would carry 3 catchers.
Just imagine if Brian Cashman, after this trade, loses Roidvet for nothing. At that point, it's already the worst trade probably of his career. But now if you absolutely get absolutely nothing out of this trade, oh my God, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, look, I'm not a Cashman basher. I won't ever go on do the live streams and bash Brian Cashman. I don't know if some other folks will do it.
Yeah.
Look, there's times where I do side with Cashman. Sometimes he puts his foot down and tells other teams no.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know what? He's not going to get fleeced, and good for you. There's times where I feel like he has made some bad trades. Absolutely. But what GM hasn't?
Of course. Absolutely.
There's been times where I feel like, man, he should have gone after this player. Or he should have traded for this player. There was opportunities, but the other thing too is not everybody wants to play in New York.
No, not everybody wants to play in New York. And I think this past offseason was a blessing in disguise for Cashman.
Yeah.
I think after all these years, he got comfortable. There was no accountability on him. Mm-hmm. So being in the situation that he was with an 82-80 season, at that point, the fan base held him accountable. The media held him accountable. Shout out to Joe Sherman, who went right at him. I think behind closed doors, Hal held him accountable.
Oh, so you know it.
Absolutely. So this was a blessing in disguise this past season. I hated that we had to all go through this as a fan base, but we see what happened right afterwards. The Yankees, started to look a little bit more like the Yankees from the past. Mm-hmm. And I know everybody wants this to be done overnight, and it's not going to happen that way. A a lot of the fan base wanted this person, that person, this person, that person. The Yankees are well over the threshold at this point.
Oh,
so it's gonna, you're looking at, I'm not Cashman. Me and Cashman don't get along very well if we would know each other face to face. But he's made some really bad moves the last 10 years. So like I tell people, after 10 years of what he's done, it's not going to change in one season, in one off season.
Right.
It's going to take 1, 2, 3 off seasons to get this team all the way back. Now, do I think the Yankees can make the World Series this year? Yeah, absolutely. I do believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't, it won't be a shock to me either. I'm not going to say, well, it was a failure, because they're gearing in the right direction. As long as they continue the direction they're moving in right now, and they follow in that into next season, the season after, and just continue that consistency, we'll be right back in it. We'll be right back there. And, I don't want to trade away the farm because like I said before, our dynasty years were built on the farm. People forget that.
Yeah.
Jeter, Posada, Williams, Mariano, Pettit. These are all homegrowns. So the Yankees dynasty was built on homegrowns. And they got away from it when Cashman did get full reign. So they got to get back to that. And I think with the crop that they have now, the Yankees can get back to that same situation. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent that they have in their farm system that they haven't had in a very, very long time. And I am excited to see what these guys have to bring. I like what I've seen so far.
Yeah, we haven't seen this in Stick. We haven't seen any of this in Stick Michaels.
Yeah.
So here we go. Absolutely.
And I wanted to bring up this comment real quick from Ken, because we were talking about the bad trade with Ben Wordfed. He said that Montas was worse.
No way.
Huh?
No way. Nope. Josh Donaldson was the worst thing I've. Oh my God! Listen, we had Oswald Peraza primed and ready to go, and we had to sit through Josh Donaldson. So yeah.
Donaldson. You know what, man? The Yankees just got him at the wrong time.
Absolutely.
Because he actually was a good player.
Oh, Donaldson was amazing, but that was 4 or 5 years ago. So for us to take on $50 million of Josh Donaldson,
that was
and then we still needed so much. That $50 million we spent that, and we needed a left fielder. So to me, that's his all-time worst. It doesn't get any worse than that. It really doesn't. So
yeah, and then
but Montas was bad.
Montas was horrible. Yeah,
that was bad.
And Joe, what's going on, Joe? He's saying I want to see what Caleb Durbin can do. Good average, OBP, and speed. He has hit into minors in AFL in spring break. I like I do like Caleb Durbin.
Caleb Durbin looks really good. Yeah. Absolutely. The Durbins of the world, the Cerners of the world, the Arises of the world. Yeah, Ellsbury was terrible. That's the worst. That's one of his worst signings.
Yeah, Ellsbury was a bad signing called Italian.
When it comes to the signings, yes, terrible. Trades, Donaldson, worst signing, Ellsbury's up there. Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and Sunil's saying Joey Gallo.
Oh, yeah. How can I forget Joey? I tried to forget Joey. So, yeah, that was – but we didn't give up, what we gave up, you know what I mean, to get Donaldson and all of them. Joey – we gave up some pieces for Joey. I think the most credible one was Duran out of that trade.
Mm-hmm. Kind of – you're muted, bro. Damien, I can't hear you.
You got me?
I got you now. Yeah.
You got me? Okay. My bad. Yeah, so Glenn, Duran was a prime piece for that trade, and that kind of hurt. But besides that, Glenn Otto didn't really amount to anything when it came to the Joey Gallo trade. So I'm not too worried about that. But, what we gave up for Montas, that kind of hurt because we could have used that to get somebody like Brian Reynolds last season.
Yep.
They probably would have taken that trade if we had those arms. Again, going back to that, because a lot of people talk about Dylan Cease and trading for Dylan Cease and trading away Spencer Jones. I tell people all the time, remember, there were people who wanted to trade Jason Dominguez for Brian Reynolds. Now,
Yeah.
what would that have looked like today? Yankee fans would have went ballistic, and the same ones that were asking for the trade at that. So,
yeah, I wouldn't. I wasn't trading Jason Dominguez for Brian Reynolds, and I'm not trading. I wasn't trading Spencer Jones for Dylan Cease.
No.
And I know some fans would have said Corbin Burns, but the only way I would have done that is if Burns had like 2 or 3 years of control.
That or he's ready to sign an extension right then, right there.
Oh, 100%. It's like, oh, we'll make this trade. If you sign an extension, okay, cool. Done.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. So final thing let's talk about, right? It's not Yankees related, so I did bring it up.
Ohtani,
yes.
I gotta go. I gotta go real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta go soon, but I'm gonna leave it at this. He's dirty. Suspend him for a year at least, minimum. There's no way the guy didn't know. There's no way he wasn't involved. And I tell you this, his interpreter is going to be taken care of for the rest of his life. If Ohtani gets past this, his interpreter will never have to worry about money. He will never have to worry about his family's money, his children's money. He will be taken care of by Ohtani for the rest of his life. And I'll leave it at that. So,
oh, man. Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. So,
good morning, Frederick. How you doing, bro?
But, my brother, I got to go.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Anytime, my man. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow, probably, on Heck the Show on Thursday. But, go Yankees. Here we go, fellas. Number 28 on the road. Let's go. Chat. Have a good day. I'll talk to you guys later.
Stay safe in those streets, my guy.
Yes, sir.
There's Damian, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna close it out here. Frederick, how you doing, man? Good morning. I'm gonna close it out with the whole Ohtani thing. Look, guys, I don't think he's innocent. He knew what was going on. You can't tell me that he didn't know millions of dollars was being wired out of his account. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it whatsoever. TC, what's up, dude? How you doing? But I'm not buying the whole thing with Ohtani. I think he is guilty in all of this. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I know investigation still needs to get done, but we'll see what happens. But you all let me know what you think about the whole Ohtani situation. I don't think he's innocent in any of this. The initial stories that came out about him, just first they say he did know about it, then he didn't know about it. And he's saying he didn't know about the money that was transferred or wired out of his account. I'm not buying any of the stories. I'm really not buying any of the stories. But you all let me know in the chat what you think. But he needs to be banned. You need to give him the Pete Rose treatment, depending on what the reports say. Yeah, Brad, I think he was involved, guaranteed, 100% involved. And it's only scratched the surface. I don't believe anything you say. See who Cashman may get. Yeah, we'll see there, Frederick. We'll see who Cashman decides to get if he does decide to get anybody. But yeah, I think he's heavily involved, and to be involved, yeah. Frank is saying I don't think Ohtani's innocent, but I still say with many gambling apps, do you think the players don't gamble? Look at Michael Jordan. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's not the only one that gambles. I mean, they all do, right? But in the state of California, gambling is illegal, which I'm a little surprised because there's a lot of legal things in California, but that's another whole can of worms that I'm not going to get into. Yeah, I guess money moves blindly there, Sunil. No cover up. Give him, ban him 100%. I think he does need to be banned, but it's sad with Ohtani, right? Because of the fact that he's such an incredible player. He's a rare player. He's got an amazing amount of talent. But for him to get busted in this thing, I know it's all being blamed on his interpreter. It still sucks, right? That he's connected to it. One way or another, he's connected. But I'm just not buying the story that he didn't know that money was being wired out of his account. He knew, but that's just what I think. But like I said, we'll see what the investigation says. So it's not going to be fun. Yeah, Jordan was involved in poker. Yeah, Brad. Yeah. He put. Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap things up for me. I appreciate you all jumping on. Thanks to Damien for jumping on. Thank you to everybody who chimed in, gave their thoughts, their opinions. It is greatly appreciated. Um, I do plan on going live on Thursday. I may go on live just a little bit earlier that day. We'll see. I am gonna ask some of the other or all the other content creators that I'm in a group chat with if they want to jump on. They're more than welcome to jump on, and we can all be on there together. And I'll probably do an open panel too, just so I can get you guys to jump in and give your take. I'll probably invite you all up like one at a time. We'll see. I'm still thinking about how I want to do this, but I'm definitely going to send an invitation out to the other content creators to see if they want to jump on with me and rock out. Right. I know Hector's going to go live that day. So, as well, but I'll reach out. And then, like I said, I'll definitely do an open panel and, get you guys to come up one at a time, probably. Uncle Tats. Yeah. Let me know, man. I know you gotta take care of the dog, bro. So when you're available, you're always welcome. You know that. And I did read about that. I forgot who it was, but yeah, I heard about that story. But it is going to be an opening day party, man. I can't wait for opening day, you guys. We are 2 days away. 2 days away. We are Derek Jeter days away. I'm excited. I hope you are all as excited too. I'm ready for the season to begin. Let's get some baseball going, right? Let's hope the Yankees kill it on game 1 in Houston, right? I'm expecting big things. All right, let's just hope for the best. I feel good about this team. I feel more confident about this team going into 2024 than I did in 2023. But we'll see how it all plays out, you guys. But thank you all again for jumping on. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the support. It is greatly appreciated. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm almost there. I am 9 subscribers away. I just need 9 more subscribers. And so if you are tuning in, if you are new, please subscribe. Please like it. Please like the live show. Share this out with anyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Damien for jumping on. I want to thank Hector from the Morning Brew, Jigaman, Stephen B, Jonathan, Ken, Woolstar, Sunil, Uncle Tats from the Pinstripe Chronicles, Richie, I saw you in there earlier, Cold Italian Pizza, CWE, Frederick, TC Steels, Dev, Brad. Who else we got? Nosebleed section. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. If I did, FL Diver, I can't forget you. You're always in here. Stephen B, I think I said your name. If I did, I'll say it again. For whoever's name I did not mention, I'm sorry, but again, thank you for jumping in and taking the time out of your day to join me. So if any news comes out, I'll let you know. So stay tuned, guys. And I will go live again on Thursday. And I will see you all next time. Have a good day.